happy morning to all the participants. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all from various parts of India. Myself Afsina Tasin, a student counsellor and student of Sri Bhagwan Mahavir Jain College. Sri Bhagwan Mahavir Jain College was started in the year 2004 in KGF. It is a sister concern to Jain Group of Institution Bengaluru. Under the leadership of Chandraj Raichand, founder chairman of JGI Group, Mr. Mahendra Munoth, managing trustee, SBMJC KGF, Dr. Rekha Sethi, principal of SBMJC KGF. On behalf of our counselling centre, I welcome the resource person, Mrs. Nazneen Ahmed, psychologist, student counsellor who served 13 years of experience in counselling the students and parent of Sri Bhagwan Mahavir Jain College. As we are getting many requests from parents and faculties to have a session on how to get rid of mobile addiction, so I hope this session helps you all.
I am very happy to see that there are nearly thousands of participants from various states of India, and it's my pleasure to be a resource person on this day with the topic of webinar, Technological Impact on Human Psychology. In this present situation of COVID-19 and the lockdown period, the only time pass to all the age group as an entertainment is a mobile phone and the social media. Usage of mobile screening time is the topic where we understand how much usage of mobile phone is done in our family, friends, children, as well as our fellow mates. So, the children being at home gets bored and they want some entertainment. They look for an entertainment in various aspects. They find much better entertainment is our mobile phone because their parents and the family members are the people as a role model whom they try to imitate. As an elders, we use mobile phone every nook and corner for every aspects. Similarly, our children also try to do the same imitation. First, let me see what is this screen time and how it affects the children. Screen time is a term used for activities done in front of a screen as we watch TV, working on a computer or playing a video game, especially the PUBG. Screen time is sedentary activity, meaning you are being physically inactive while sitting down using the mobile phone. Your physical activity is lost. You are only concentrating and your eyes are strained. Your focus is only on the screen. Either it might be a TV or it might be a mobile phone. Most children spend about 3 hours a day watching TV. But now, the mobile phone has increased their time. It's 7 hours, it's 10 hours, sometimes it is 24 hours. And it goes on. So, children are got addicted to various social media. Might be Facebook, might be WhatsApp, YouTube, Google Meet, so many things. So all such things are creating a lots of disturbance in the children's mind. They get addicted to each and everything. They cannot come. Why? It's because first point I would like to explain is the entertainment they are finding it. The entertainment which they are not able to find at their door, at their home, with their parents, with their family members, with the friends. They try to search online in the media. The media can be having an advantage to them, but there are lots of disadvantage. First point is the entertainment, where they feel the enjoyment, where they feel they are excited. The second point is they try to explore themselves, that they have some creativity. They try to post. They try to get lots of likes from various sources. Might be from Facebook, might be from LinkedIn, from various types of social media attracts them for to explore their activity, and they get fall into the activity which they need not, and the parents might not have an awareness of where they are. Once they are trying to explore, they get addicted, they get attached, and slowly they try to be engaged, fully occupied. Once they have got occupied to the social media, they are losing interest in their studies. They are losing the contact with the parents, with the family members. There is no proper bonding at all. What happens? All such thing and how it works is entertainment, the mobile phone, the computer, which as a parent we purchase for them. We provide them all the luxurious for the name of status. I have a very good laptop. I have a very costly mobile phone. It's only to manage our status. So this status is creating an exploration of your child in various directions. That explore is not to the limitation. It is an unlimited exploration. Slowly, the child is getting engaged. The engagement can be of in various stages of life. From the birth of a baby, they try to get the mobile phone, keep the mobile phone in front of the child, and they try to give an explanation. See the color, see the rhymes, this is the music. They try to make the child getting addicted. They make the child that this is very important, this is different, this is creative, this is giving you the entertainment. And once the child is little bit grown up, the child tries to hold the mobile phone. And the child learns to operate all the applications. The parent feel very happy. My child is so genius. My child is learning this. My child, he himself has so knowledge and he is very smart. It is not smart, my dear friends. It is you are making your own children to get addicted of the system, that is a mobile phone, which later on you cannot make them to come out of this addiction. So this is how they get engaged. The engagement makes the difference between the family and the friends. Slowly the children might be from 2 months to 20 years of children, they get little bit avoiding their parents, friends and the family circle. This is lost and the bonding between the parent and the child is slowly comes down. They get more entertainment, they try to explore and they keep themselves fully engaged. They don't have time for any other activity which as a parent you did. You try to find your child at all the family function, but they are not ready to come because social media. They got attached to the social media. Why? Because their focus is only the social media. They want all their friends on the online. They try to find out who is going where and what is happening, where is a party and who is wearing what type of dress. Everything is getting a catch for a students, for a children who are in school, as well as the adults who are going for a job. Everybody is getting attached. These days when people are alone or feel a moment of bored, they don't try to go speak to anybody at home. Why they are alone? There is something sadness in them. Why they are feeling bored? They are not getting entertained. But instead of going and talking to the family member, they go find where is the mobile phone. Who is there online? Let me find a new friend on a Facebook. This is what keeps going on in their mind. So this affects, creates lots of problem in children. Children tries to get attached to various apps and his mind is totally confused and he has become just a junk box where all the apps, all the social media feelings is filled in his brain. So what happens? Slowly he is getting detached. The detachment is more
in his study, so he loses his esteem and there is no proper academic performance. How much ever a teacher be behind the children or a parent behind a child, they cannot concentrate on the studies because more than the education, they have found entertainment only in the social media. With a mobile phone, they can do anything they want where nobody is monitoring. This is what the impact of social media. Screen time. Let's come back to the screen time. Screen time is a term used for activities done in front of a screen. Might be watching TV. Nowadays, TV has become one of the electronic gadget on a sofa, on a hall, or it is a part of a house just to watch news for our elders, but not for the children. There is no much entertainment in TV because they found lots of entertainment on the gadget known as mobile phone and playing the games, especially the PUBG games. They get so addicted, they don't even understand what they are doing. They don't even have an awareness where they are sitting and who is there next to him or her. They get addicted to such an extent they forget the outer world. They create their own world. Social media has lots of facts. Facts are, for example, one of the survey we have found, the usage of social media is somewhere they say as 24% of user are tweeters, and 68% is a rating for a Facebook, 27% for Google Plus, 25% for a LinkedIn, and YouTube users are 73%. Why there is an increased usage of YouTube is because they find lots of videos. The wanted videos, the unwanted videos, the impressive videos, the knowledgeable videos, all varieties of stuff is being found there in their fingertips. Which as a parent, few are educated to know what type of videos they are using, what type of videos they should not use, but not every parent. So the usage of the videos are more. Now I have come to a conclusion. The 3 stage of children's where there is lots of effect of this screen time. The first stage I have separated as from 3 months to 24-month children who are in the first stage. The second stage from 2 years to 5 years above. Third stage from 12 years to 20 years above. The first stage. Problems with the first stage, unstructured playtime is more valuable for young children's developing brain than in electronic media. So our child brain develops this duration. They learn the things which is being seen around and they try to imitate, they try to grab. This is what as a psychologist we study and we have understood. As your child is growing, keep in mind that too much or poor quality screen time has been linked to the obesity, irregular sleep schedule and shorter duration of sleep, behavior problem, loss of social skills, violence, less time for play. Obesity is because the child doesn't have physical activity. They sit at one place. There is no any exercise happens. So there is slightly increase of obesity. Irregular sleep time is because the child uses more duration of time on a mobile phone during the night, during the day. Why especially during the night? It hides. He doesn't want to explore himself that he is using a mobile phone in front of their parents. So they try to hide during the night and they try to sleep in the daytime. As a parent, we may not know whether the child is sleeping or whether they are using the mobile phone. The shorter duration of sleep spoils the health of a child, which affects later the behavioral problem. It's because of this. Again, the behavior changes because the child will feel that whatever the child is doing, the parents are reprimanding, controlling, which they don't like. They try to be arrogant, aggressive. These are the behavioral problem is seen in the child. Loss of social skills. How to talk to a guest. They don't try to talk. They just try to be alone once the guest is come, and they don't try to interact with the neighbors or the old age people. They wanted to be alone because they wanted to use mobile phone. And then the violence start. Once the parents start reprimanding it, the child goes aggressive, arrogant, and they start back answering to the parent. These are the symptoms seen in a smaller children. That is stage 1. Less time for play. They don't try to play. They don't show their creativity. They'll be idle. And they see what they do. The parents are doing. Similarly, the children are doing. Second stage, older children's. Here, the parental involvement takes place. The parental involvement tries to involve in the children as they find the child is using more cell phone or a mobile phone, which is unlimited. There is no any limitation. So, using this parental control is a tool, as a tool to block or filter the internet content. As a parent, we need to involve in blocking or filtering the internet content such that what a child has to see, only that limited content can be shown to your children. Make sure your child is close by during screen time. Means allow your children to sit next to you and give a phone to them. Let them watch whatever they wanted to. At least you will have an observation. You can just guide them. This is what you can suggest the child. This site is good. This information is good for you. It is very educative. Give them some points. They get entertained. Ask your child regularly what programs they would like to watch on a phone or a TV or a games. What is it they wanted to get entertained? The apps which he or she has to play. What type of games are there and how to play. You discuss with your child and educate them. The child will start learning from you. When you teach them, they learn better because that is the quality a child has. They wanted to learn. If you are not teaching as a parent, they go outside to learn from the students, from the other family member who is regularly using the mobile phone. They try to get imitating the quality of the person who is being seen often surrounding to the child. This creativity makes him to have an urge to learn more and more. So, control through the apps. You can have a control to having a screen time with various apps. It has been discussed in the last. I'll be giving you some points about what are the various apps can be used as a parental control, which has been there in the Play Store. You can download. What is the use of having this app? I would like to give you some points. Once you install this app in your mobile phone, how many times you are going to unlock your screen? How many times you have watched Facebook, WhatsApp, everything is recorded. By seeing what is the rate you have been watched every day, if you wanted to have a control on your child, you can slowly try to reduce it. This gives the statistical data for a parent, the usage of mobile phone or a screen when there is no any necessity of having a mobile phone, but still you feel bored, you try to open, you just try to see anybody has messaged, any photos has been liked in Facebook. So all such thing can be having a control on your child. So It is being said in one of the study, the female spend 600 minutes a day on their phone, just unlocking the screen, watching whether there is a message, whether there is any light or any activities happen. Only 600 minutes in her life she is spending on phone. Think about the other minutes, how the life goes. In case of male, it is 459 minutes they spend on the mobile phone. Actually, the ladies has lots of gossips. They wanted to know where, when and how. What is the story behind? They have lots of interest in that. They wanted to keep on finding. That's why every ladies keeps having an interest in knowing what is going on there. I mean, to say few ladies. So, what we need to do, such adolescents are, we need to teach appropriate behavior. Once we see a child is grown up, they have come to an adolescent stage, we need to teach them the moral, the respect, how we need to behave with the elders, and what is the usage of mobile phone, whether they really need a mobile phone, whether the social media is required to my child, and what type of relationship they have in a online and a social media. You need to teach them how to have a privacy of life, because as a parent you can teach, but if they try to learn it from their friends, they go in a different way. You cannot have a control on them. They learn what is not required to them. So if you wanted to grow your child in a proper way and to have all the good qualities in them, teach them how to behave. The behavior matters a lot. You provide them a mobile phone. You teach them what is the relationship between a mother, a father, a sister and a relative and a friend, and how to behave with the social media, what contents they need to put. We find so many people putting all the status in the WhatsApp, in the Facebook. This is what happened. This is what happened. This is the day where I have met such and such person. Today is my birthday. Tomorrow is my anniversary. This is the day I met such and such person in my life. All activities. Why should we say about our privacy into the public place? It is not required. Definitely it is not required, because we don't know our family, our person, the person whom we like, we don't like, that is not necessary to be projected out, because we don't know who might take it in a wrong direction, who might create a problem to us. We doesn't know. The social media is just like a book, open book. Anybody can post anything with certain terms and conditions. But it is not our life decision maker, because once we start projecting our things outside, people start talking. They know the story behind us. They start interfering in our life. It's we who are going to give the place for others to come into our life and start creating a problem. So we need to avoid it. So as a parent, we need to have certain apps. The apps can be downloaded from the Play Store as a screen time, or the other name is stay off, the other name is quality time, app statistics, app off timer, stay focused. These are the apps are found. As a parent, you can just go to the Play Store and download. If you want your child to come out of the addiction of mobile phone, you need to monitor to them, and you need to have a control on the student or a child, that whether it is required to them. Now the generation is changed. The generation, I cannot say the generation, I can say the situation of our country as well as the world is changed. The online teaching program is going on. Definitely we need to give a mobile phone to a child. What is that? This mom is telling us so many things, and how could we do this? It is nothing but we need to have a monitoring of our child on a mobile phone. Whether there is a real classrooms going on, whether the child is making misuse of your mobile phone, you need to monitor. Then the other question rises, if we are a working people, how could we do it? We are leaving a child with the grandparents and they may use the mobile phone and they can see any other content which is not required to them. What is that we need to do? So you can just monitor in the way the child required what content you try to spend some time. You help the child in understanding the content so he cannot make the misuse of a mobile phone. They can use it. A mother is a person who can bring up the child than the father because she understands psychologically every sign of a child from the womb. She has an attachment from the womb to a child. She can bring up in a right way as well as she can ignore the mistakes done by a child which may lead to a problem in the later stage of life. As a mother, we need to understand our child and we need to correct our child. Nobody else in the world can change our child activity than a mother. She has that full power to change her activities or make the child in a better human being. She is the person who can give a good quality to a child. So once the child is feeling that her mobile phone is kept somewhere and my mom is not giving, my dad is against to it, or my battery is gone down, they get more anxiety. That is known as the symptoms of nomophobia. When he found that there is some problem in the mobile and you are not connected with the people in online and the social media, you get irritated, you get anxiety, you get anger. All such stuff start coming one after the other. Nowadays, every age people wants mobile phone. It might be a teenager, it might be an old age. That is the entertainment they are being found. So, I would like to suggest as a parent, we need to monitor our child. Whatever is the behavior of my child is I am the responsible. So once we think that I am responsible for my child, only then I can correct it. If we just start putting blame on other people that the teacher is not good, that the neighbor is not good, the friend circle is not good, the environment is not good. No, it is we need to give a good environment.
Yeah, now let us see what are the suggestions on screen addiction. So, everything what we do with our child, it won't work. Few times it will work, few times it will not work. So, what is a systematic way we need to follow depends upon the child and their behavior. Let me have some suggestions here. It may work based on the individual and their environment as well as the way they have been brought up, but every solution is not for everybody. Things that don't work and can make the problem even worse are like if you keep on requesting your child, sometimes you think if you just be very nice to them and if you're very calm and say, Beta, please give me that phone back, don't use the phone, in that case, it does not work. If you try to explain your child that it will not be good for your health, watching for a longer time, and you may have a strain to your eyes, you get disturbed in the sleep, intentionally the child wants to do it. As much as you say you don't, the children try to do as much as they want. Second thing is that won't work is testing their willpower. Some of my clients tell me, why should we have to stop a child from using the phone? I want my child to stop on their own. Why should I force? Yes, even this is right. But the solution I can say here is children don't know what is good to them, what is bad to them. They learn things, what is happening in and around. They look at each other and they they try to imitate, they adopt it. The adoption of the behavior is from the surrounding. So they don't stop on their own until unless they realize it, they experience it, they go through a bad situation and understand that it is not good. Till then, they feel that it is a joy, it is fun, it is a prestige having a phone. And everybody has a phone. What's wrong? Let me also have. They get an attitude towards this. I want to make them responsible. In such case, why should I tell them every time? My child must have the own and a willpower to leave it by themselves. This is what every parent feel that, but it is a very bad idea. The screen time is itself is going so rewarding to the brain that a child basically won't be able to stop themselves. They get addicted. They cannot be without a phone. They try to come out of this, but still they don't have that strong willpower because of their age factor. In case of adolescents, the willpower is not so weak. They are very strong. But it is a prestige issue for them. They don't want to. And they feel that the friends, the online friends, the social media is life for them. They forget that the entire daytime, night time, they spend towards the updating the personal things to the social media status and asking them to comment, like all this thing. They're spending lots of their valuable time. The time which they need to work out for their life and focus for their career, they spend on a phone. I would like to say here is, I have noted few people who keeps on chatting, who keeps updating in the Facebook, WhatsApp, every 1 hour, 2 hour, they keep changing the DPs. Most of them, it has been found that they don't have any work. In the senses, there is no any productive work from them. They are idle. The people who don't have work is seen on the social media. They are the people who have lots of time to keep updating. That is what their life is. They have not come out of the life which has been just and fascinating them to go into the social media. They are impressing others. They don't know what is that they are losing in their life. They don't think 1 second also, what do I get other than a like? What will I do with a like? What will I do with so many comments? Will this like and comments give me some reward? Some remunerations? Money? Name? Fame? Nothing. It's just a time pass to the opposite person as well as to themselves. They don't understand this. The third one is, I would like to say as a suggestion is, nagging and shouting on your child. Please don't do the negative version, because first you have requested the child. The child did not listen to you. The child did not leave the habit of using a phone. Then you start shouting. Please don't. That will increase the intensity of asking and the way they are using. They try to do it many times. You can just tell, beta, if you please keep doing such things, it's irritating me. Make them understand that what are you doing all the day? You have wasted 3 hours. When will you study? Etc. etc. You can ask. Where did you go? Where are your friends? How was your school? How was your college? Or you can get angry on say those things in anger by shouting at them will not work. Few suggestions I would recommend here is, first thing is prevention. We need to prevent the negative things, we need to prevent here. Don't even let this habit take a root, because if your child is young, like below 12, it's relatively easier to establish authority and say no for something, whichever you say. Once it starts saying no with a very strong feeling, and it becomes an habit. Parents often allow children phone, iPad and laptops to just keep the trouble away from them. I am very busy in my office work. Let the child need not disturb me. Give the phone, ask them to sit in the side, put some rhymes, let them enjoy. This is what busy people do. You don't want the disturbance from them, you make them busy. You feel that children are busy with the gadgets. At least they won't create a mess. At least they won't fight. At least I will have some peace of mind. But it's a bad idea. Keeping your children away from gadgets gets harder and harder as they grow up and as their addiction becomes very deeper. It is a parent who is pushing every child who is addicted from the beginning. Now, it becomes extremely difficult when they are adolescents, like about 12. And a parent feel bad that my child is addicted to phone. He is always on the phone. He is not involving in any family function. And he is not talking to me. He is not talking to his siblings. He is not reprimanding anything. He is ignoring everything. He is not eating food properly. He is not sleeping. He is not studying. Lots of complaints. All these habits are formed and they are big enough to start challenging your authority. So, to all the parents whose children are younger, let me tell you, if you don't become careful and strict right now, hell is coming. It's not pretty. Prevent it. Now, how do you actually do it? I will tell you some techniques. First, clear rules for screen timing. You can have the phone with you, but you should have a timing for that. Have a clear rule for how much screen time is accepted in the house is very crucial. For younger children, 1 to 2 hours, because immediately you cannot come out of this addiction. The steps you need to follow is, only for 1 and 2 hours you need to make use of phone. That is enough in the beginning. As the child get older, slowly the hours has to be reduced. That's just a great thing what a parent can do it. And generally you can think about it how best it can work. Slowly the addiction may come down by diverting your child's mind to another activity. Bring them into some physical activities. Involve with your child. Talk to them. When you sit for a dinner or a lunch in a meal time, you try to talk. You spend some time finding out what is their ideas, what are their future plans, what is it they wanted to become, what is it they like most, all such things, and which is a good movie they would like to watch. Sit with them, watch a movie with a child, then you would have a bonding with them. Then slowly the addiction of mobile phone may get rid of it. I would suggest the parent, children are just like an mirror, a image in front of you which is being seen in a mirror. However they stand in front of a mirror, they look alike. So these children can be molded the shape what as a parent you want. You can't put them in a very big school, international school, such that they make the changes of a life, this, that, and you feel and you have an expectation that my child will go to that school and he comes up with a very great personality. No, nothing. It is a duty of a parent in establishing the career, the character, and the behavior of a child. So I suggest we as a parent need to think twice and thrice before giving a mobile phone with the internet as a smartphone, a luxurious thing, to our children, whether it is necessary for them, whether it will be a productive, really they need it. If it is really needed, how to handle it, and what is the advantage of it, what is the disadvantage of it. You need to educate your child, because ultimately your child life matters. For any suggestions, for any counseling, you can contact me with our counseling cell number. Thank you.
Go through the link for the feedback only after attending the day 2 session. You can find a link for feedback, and you can fill the feedback within 10 or 15 days of time. We require to generate the certificate, and we will provide you the e-certificate. And I am very thankful for giving me the opportunity to be a resource person on this day, and I have found lots of comments also. We will just respond your comments. We'll provide you our email ID. Kindly post your responses to the email ID. We will get back to you on a WhatsApp call, or we have an online counseling also. You can just call up to the number. We give you an online counseling from our counseling center. Thank you very much.